Yes, Blues fans, we are back again. This is episode 12 of the Royal Blue podcast, and joining me today is Wayne from Only Fools and SAFC.
Hi,
How you doing, Wayne?
I'm not too bad. How are you? Thanks for.
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm good now. Rooney's gone.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised when I saw that announcement, considering where you were when Eustace was in charge. A bit of a strange one, but I'm sure we'll discuss that in due course.
Yeah, mate. It was just crazy, mate. I mean, I'm quite patriotic, I'll support the board and stuff, and I wanted it to work, but there's only so long you can back it for when it's blatantly not working. You know what I mean? So where do you go from there? And then when the away fans turn on him, mate, you've blew it. Like,
yeah,
they're the heart and soul of the club, aren't they? And they go everywhere. And if they turn on the manager, mate, you've had it. Like,
yeah, you've gone.
Yeah, your time's up. How are you, mate? You all right?
I'm good. I see a little bit, still a little bit downbeat from yesterday's defeat to Newcastle in the cup, but not too bad. Not too bad. It was a bit of a wake-up call for us yesterday, bit of a thumping, but we're not doing too bad. We're not doing too bad.
I was going to say, you're doing quite well in the league, aren't you? You're sixth, aren't you?
We are. Well, I think we're about ninth now, but it's been a bit of a strange season, to be fair. From where we were last year, we were hoping to carry that on this season, but there's some bits and pieces gone on behind the scenes and kind of soured a bit with Tony Mowbray leaving, and the guy we're getting in charge is a backward step for me. He's from where we were to where we are now. The Sunderland fans are a little bit disappointed with the board and with who they've appointed, but you know what's like you've just been saying about Rooney, you've got to try and back him and give him a chance. But it's tough.
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
It is. I say we'll give this new guy a chance. He's only had 4 games, but the early signs are not good. But we'll see where we end. We'll see where we end. Like Rooney, you've got to give him a chance, haven't you? So
yeah. Well, I mean, he had 15 games at Blues. He only won 2. Drew a couple and then lost the rest. Pretty much, it was just more. I think he had a tally on how many losses he could get. I think.
So what was the reason why they kind of appointed him? Because you were 5th or 6th, weren't you, when they got rid of Eustace? So it was from the outside looking in, it was a really, really strange decision, like to get rid of John Eustace and then appoint him, but.
So what actually happened was we had these new American owners. I'm not sure if you've read up about it or seen things, but we've had these owners come in, mate. Absolutely fantastic. Behind the scenes, they've done so much stuff to better the club from what the previous owners have done. They've spent money on the ground. They've spent thousands. They've upgraded all the catering stuff. There's just been so much good stuff that's come out of it, and I think that John Eustace. He was okay. Kept us up last season. He was all right. I liked him. He had that really good interaction with the fans. He had a father figure with the players. He had it all for me. And he hit a couple of bad spells and results. I think he had 5 games on the bench. Well, we didn't do very well. And obviously now yourself and new owners come in. They tend to find their own, don't they? At some point. And then there was these rumours going around for weeks before this about Wayne Rooney coming, but he was at DC United then, so we wasn't sure if it was going to happen or if it was just a matter of case of when it was going to happen. You know what I mean? So it was already setting down, I think, behind the scenes, and then he kind of went quiet from there, and then it was just announced that John Eustace had got sacked, and then Wayne was appointed. But I think what they were trying to do was they were trying to globalise and bring in that kind of revenue for Birmingham to try and obviously get the revenue in, attract players, because we haven't got a lot of money in terms of these FFPs in it, so we haven't got a lot of money this transfer window. I reckon that the summer one's going to be the biggest one. That's if we can stay up in the Championship at the minute, but obviously there's rumours with Tony Mowbray. I'm not sure what's been said today. I hadn't long World Cup. Well, I say not long World Cup. Woke up about 3 o'clock to the night shift last night. So I've been spending time with the kids before they go back at school. Tomorrow's the first day, so I haven't had a chance to look at it like any media and stuff. So he might well have been appointed. I don't know, but obviously, a lot of rumours have been around.
I was reading this afternoon that I think the package is all about being agreed. It's they're just waiting to announce it. Hasn't been announced yet, but I think it's like 99.9% done. I think from what I was reading this afternoon.
Yeah.
To be fair to you, mate, you're getting a cracker manager. You really are. You're getting a cracker manager.
Yeah, I think so as well, because I've got like a lot of friends in the Midlands who are Albion fans, and I love him. Done a cracking job for them in 2007. I've always thought a lot of him. He's got a good CV, hasn't he? You know what I mean? Like, he knows his stuff.
Well, from what I've seen as well, he's got some good young players as well, and for young players, he's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
He got us to 6th last season when we weren't expected to get anywhere near that.
Yeah.
And the young players we had, like Ahmad, who were brought in on loan, and he really is like spot on developing young lads. He's absolutely brilliant. He's like the same type of thing, like a father figure. He's always backing them. So there's a lot of Sunderland fans wish he was still with us.
Yeah, really.
Probably me included with the way they've gone. We've took
really.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you like Sunderland at the minute, because with Blues, with the appointment of like Wayne Rooney, I mean, it breaks my heart, mate, because I love the club, I love our fans as well, mate. I'm not really passionate about it, and I don't like seeing. I hate it when there's like a divide. You know what I mean? Like, I hate it because I just love the club, I love our fans. So when he was appointed, there was like this big divide where like someone would back the board, give him a shot, and then others, like they called it from day one, like saying, no, it's not going to work. Stupid appointments, and it turned out that they were the right ones in the end. But you know what I mean? So it's kind of horrible, isn't it? Is this like you guys now with Tony Mowbray and then your new appointments as well, or is it?
100%. I mean,
yeah,
it was kind of coming with Tony Mowbray, but our owners have got a lot to do with that. Before, at the end of last season, the owners were going to replace him with a young foreign coach, which is kind of the way they wanted to go. But because there was kind of a fans backlash, and we all kind of stood up and said, look, this bloke's done tremendous for us. He's took us to 6, get us in the playoff. You cannot sack him because he's done a fantastic job. So they kind of backtracked a little bit. They kept him in place, and so that kind of soured behind the scenes where we, now Tony knew that they wanted to get rid of him in the summer, and he persevered. But in the transfer window in the summer, we didn't sign any experienced players. We went down this model of younger players, and he's kind of been taking the flak for that. And I think at the end, he kind of voiced his opinion. He wasn't happy, and because he spoke out against the board, they got rid of him. I mean, we were 7th at the time when they sacked him, so that doesn't usually happen. It's like Hughes were 5th when they got rid of Eustace, so it was a shock. And there was a lot of young good managers being linked, like Will Still was linked with from Rems, but apparently it was going to cost us €5 million to get him out of his contract, which we would never have done. But in Beale's first game in charge, at the end of the game when we got beat off Coventry, the fans were singing Tony Mowbray's name at the end of the game. So that that just tells you kind of where we are. This Michael Beale, I did some videos before he was appointed. The comments I got from the Rangers fans to say how bad he was. He's got a reputation of being a used car salesman. That's his nickname. He talks the talk, but he just can't walk the walk. Exactly, his tactics. We've already seen it on the pitch in the 4 games he's been in charge. The tactics, it's slow, it's negative, it's boring to watch, and that's only in the first 4 games. So at this moment in time, the fans are kind of split. And also with what's went on Saturday with the build-up to the derby, has kind of soured things even further. So there's a lot of people at the minute kind of wanting our owners out, which is not really
horrible,
nice,
isn't it, mate? Like having that split, it's horrible, isn't it? Breaks my heart, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, isn't it? We've all got our own views. We all want the same outcome, don't we?
Aye. It's frustrating. It's frustrating to think that you're in a good place, and for whatever reason the owners decide to do this and they send you backwards, not take you forward. So
cats on the camera. Come on, what do you think? Yeah, so was they was the Sunderland fans singing Tony Mowbray like as if they wanted him to stay or to get him back?
Obviously, his first game in charge, it was a terrible performance. Got beat 3-0 at the end of the game. About the 80th minute, the while shouting, "There's only one Tony Mowbray." So
really,
that just says it all, doesn't it? Really.
Yeah. I mean, can you give any Blues fans that are in doubt any reassurance?
Well, there's obviously there's pros and cons to every manager, but like I said, he's great with working with young players. That's kind of his strength. He plays some great football. The football that we played last season was probably some of the best football we've seen for years. Especially the second half of last season, we played from the back. Kind of plays a 4-2-3-1. And bear in mind, all last season we played without a centre forward, and we still scored goals. So, in that sense, he's really, really good. The negatives, he's only really got that one way of playing, and he struggles to kind of have a plan B. So if it's not working, you'll probably find that he'll get to 60 minutes and then he'll put 4 forwards on. That's kind of his way. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But that's the negative side of that. He hasn't really got a plan B when things are not working, like to change things earlier than he should. But all in all, mate, he's experienced. He knows the championship inside out, and I think he'd be a great fit for you. He really, really will.
Do you think the pros outweigh the negatives?
Oh, 100%. Like I say, that's when you're playing well. If you can get you on a run, then obviously you're not going to need that. Hopefully, not going to want that to try and to change games so much. That's the only downside for me, is that he's a little bit stubborn, and he have kind of his favourites who he likes to play, if you like.
Yeah,
that was probably down to us having a small squad as well. He was kind of limited to who he could pick. When he was at Blackburn, it was the same type of thing. Great with developing the young lads. Almost got them promoted, same as he did with us. So I would say that the pros 100% outweigh the negatives. I wish he was.
There you go, Blue fans. You've heard it from the horse's mouth. What else was I going to talk about? Yeah, is he the kind of manager as well? Because when we was talking about that kind of divide with the clubs and stuff, is he the kind of manager to bring the fans more together? Is he?
Yes,
has he got that about him?
He's all for the fans. You'll probably find when he does his first interviews, he'll mention the fans a lot. That he'll want a team that plays for the fans and always gives 100% for the fans, and that's what his first interviews will be all about. And that's great to hear. That's what you want. His teams always give 110%. Always. You can never they never try. Not once in the 16 months that he was in charge of us did we have a team that never tried. But always give everything. So
I'm looking forward to it, mate. I thought you would be a good appointment anyway, because there was rumours about Steve Cooper and stuff. There was rumours about him coming. Graham Potter, a few others. Maybe a return for John Eustace to come back. Gary Revett as well. There's a few names that were going around. It's like in the football industry now. There's rumours that are flying left, bookies odds going up and stuff. You know what I mean? So, I was happy with it, to be honest. He would have been my second choice, or even first choice. Because I've got my friends that are Albion fans, like I mentioned earlier. And I love him. They said he's doing a cracking job there as well.
Well, everywhere he's been, he's done a good job. So that just tells you it all. I just don't think he was given enough time. And for me personally, he was kind of shafted by the board. He wasn't given the experienced players that he needed.
Yeah.
I think he was only brought in for us as kind of a stopgap, and I think he was classed as being a safe pair of hands. But he did that good of a job. They were forced to keep him on for this season as well. So I think the owners secretly always wanted to get rid of him, and the first opportunity they had, they did get rid of him. But if at Birmingham, if he's got funds to play with and he can get players in that he wants, that's even more of a positive for you as well.
Yeah, I just hope he can turn it around, mate. Do you think he can turn it around for us?
I think so. When he came into us, we just lost Alex Neil, and we were I wouldn't say we were struggling, but and he came in and look where he took us. You'll see a difference in the team straight away. He backs the lads, gives them all confidence. The lads that need kind of an arm around the shoulder, he'll do that. The ones that need a bit of a slap, if you like, he'll do that. So he's great. He really is. I haven't really got a bad word to say from apart from the substitutions at certain times, and he's man B. But apart from that, he did a fantastic job for us. I got nothing but praise for him. Nothing but praise for him.
That's brilliant, mate. What's he like in his press conferences and stuff as well? Because we went from like John Eustace having that father figure kind of on with the players, bigging them up and stuff. Trying to praise them, even though their performances wasn't up to scratch. I didn't think he had it in him to call them out. I don't agree with what naming and shaming, but like obviously when Rooney was there, there was hardly like any fan interaction, and he was just grilling the players like out in public. Is there any of that with Tony Mowbray? Or
he's very honest. If you give a poor performance, he'd tell you. Like just been saying, there's one of our players, Pierre Ekwa, who he more or less said he's got to give him a slap before he gets on the pitch to try and to get him riled up. So he's very honest. He does like his chocolate. So in press conferences, he'll always come in with a cup of coffee and a bar of chocolate or a bag of Revels. That was kind of a standing joke with the Sunderland fans. That every press conference, he used to always have his chocolate and his coffee. He is that like type of father figure, but he will be honest and he will tell you, how it is.
It's bad for you guys, but it's good for us. But you're still in a better position than we are, but we need it turning around quick, mate. And I just hope that the fans can come together and, obviously, it's time as well. He's definitely got his work cut out, hasn't he? Where we are, just above the relegation zone as well, and confidence is shot.
I get what you're saying, though. I mean, but from what I've seen here so far, I mean, when you played us up here, you weren't like really, really bad. You've got some good players on the side. Stansfield's a good player. Dion Sanderson's a good player, and you've got some other good players in amongst that. So, and that's what he's good with, is working with these young lads. So, I really do think that he'll be all right. I really do think there is some worse teams in the league than Birmingham.
Oh yeah, definitely. In terms of you guys, where can you see yourself going, Wayne, this season? Can you see yourself staying around the top six or plummeting down a little bit? Or
I think we'll probably end up being mid-table if we have a good January transfer window, which I'm not expecting to have, because our model from the owners is to buy young lads, cheap lads, develop them, and kind of sell them on. Yeah. So they'll not buy anybody who hasn't got a sell-on value. So anybody,
that's the time as us.
Anybody who's over like 24, 25, 26, they'll not entertain them. We have been linked to deal with Kiefer Moore. Now, like that type of signing for us would be perfect because we haven't got a centre forward. But the owners, that's not the route they'll go down. That's not the model they're using. So I think we'll be lucky to finish mid-table. I know we're only 3 points outside the playoffs or whatever it is, but we've never had a centre forward for 3 years now. For 2 or 3 years, it's killed us. And like Ahmad carried us to the back end of like the second half of last season. We haven't got in this season, so we're kind of a weaker team in a better league. If you look at the teams at the top, Leicester, Leeds, Southampton, Ipswich, they're all better than us. So I'll be amazed if we get anywhere near the playoffs.
I mean, you was looking. I thought you outplayed us when we played against you, to be honest. And Bellingham as well, when he scored, Joe, but he didn't want to celebrate, did he? He looked a bit awkward, didn't he?
He did.
What's your views on Bellingham, Wayne?
He's I think for us, he's played pretty much every game this season, and I think we're playing him too much because the last 4 or 5 weeks he's looked tired.
Really?
I don't think we kind of haven't found his proper position yet. We've played him in a number 10. We've played him as a box. We've played him as a 6. For me, I think he's better further up the field.
Yeah.
On Saturday, he kind of played in midfield, and he just doesn't look as though he's got the pace to play in midfield, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
For me, he's better as a 10, where he can get forward and get in the box. He gets in some great positions in the box, but you can see there's a player in there, but he's still only young, isn't he? 18. So, but I just think we are playing him too much. We're going to burn him out.
Yeah.
I mean, what
he seems happy there, doesn't he? He looks happy enough, doesn't he?
Oh well, I think he's loving it up here. I think over Christmas, Jude was across as well. Watched all our games over Christmas as well. He was in the crowd.
Oh, nice.
So obviously, Christian Speakman was who developed him at Birmingham as well. So I think he is happy here. But he's another one of these where I think, if we don't get promoted in the next year or two, we'll lose him, like the model, and we'll sell him on to another big club for big money. That's just the way it will happen. I mean, he didn't play that many games for you, did he?
No. But yeah, I mean, I'm just glad he's doing all right for you, mate. It's nice. We've got a lot in common, really, at the minute. But yeah, I wanted to I wanted to ask you about, because obviously organising this podcast, I saw your post on social media and didn't really click from your video that I watched. About that bar and stuff and that. And then, believe it or not, where I work, where one of my friends is a Newcastle fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he was telling me what had gone on. I didn't put two and two together till like an hour after I'd spoke to him, and then I thought, I wonder if that's that video then that Wayne's put on Instagram. So, like, what had gone on there then, Wayne?
So basically, when the cup draw was made,
yeah,
like during the FA Cup, I think the rules are they've got to give the away teams up to 15% of the ticket allocation. So
right.
When we were thinking, well, they're never going to give them like 6,000-7,000 tickets, it'll not happen. But anyway, it transpired that they give them 6,000 tickets. So in where I sit in the north stand of the ground, I've got a season ticket there. So we were forced to move out of our seats. So we had to pick somewhere else. But I don't know. Have you been to the stadium before? Stadium Light?
No. I've only drove past it.
So you've got where they put them. So they put them in the lower stand and the top stand, where normally they would be at the top stand. But in between the two stands is the Black Cats bar. So obviously, because they've given the full ground, the Black Cats bar will be shut. But in the wisdom, they decided to offer the Black Cats bar to the Newcastle fans at £600 a ticket. As kind of a corporate thing, which we, again, Sunderland fans weren't happy at all about. But to make things worse, what they did was last Thursday and Friday, they took all the Sunderland memorabilia down from the walls. Somebody came in and decorated our Black Cats bar in all Newcastle memorabilia, Newcastle signs,
really?
Newcastle, basically like everything Newcastle on the walls. Now you can just imagine if you've got your own bar at Birmingham, and if they did that for a rival team, decorated in their colours, they'd be hell on. And I mean, our owner came out and said he didn't know anything about it, which I don't believe that for 1 second. So on Friday, our fans were absolutely gone ballistic about it. And about an hour later, there was a press conference come out on Instagram to say it's all been took down. It was an error of judgment. We're trying to find out who authorised it and all this. So it was just it's been an absolute farce from start to finish.
Really?
I mean, I don't know who in the right mind would think it was a good idea to decorate your own bar in Newcastle colours. I mean, damn, it's just unbelievable. It would never happen anywhere else in the world. I mean, for a local derby, would you do it? Would Man City do it for Man United?
Bloody hell, mate. Did they find out like who's done it and stuff and that? Like, is it all come out now in the wash or?
Well, I don't think we'll ever get to find out who's done it. We know who's done it. The owner's done it, just trying to make extra money, offering. I think all in all, the cost was like £17,000 that they made off these tickets. So we'll never get to find out. That's all it was, to make extra money. The bar was going to be shut. We'll have the bright idea of giving it to the Newcastle fans, but it backfired big style on them.
Bloody hell, mate. Sorry to hear about that. But yeah, look, it didn't click till after I spoke to my mate. I mean, fair play to him. I mean, I know he's your rival and stuff like that, but like round here, like, you get like a lot of like Liverpool fans. You think, oh yeah, like they never go to the games and stuff. And but fair play to him. Like, he drives up, like he's got a girlfriend up there. He drives up and stuff. Really? And I'm like, fair play to you, like, to go up all over there. By the drive, is it?
Aye. Yeah, aye.
Yeah, like he was telling me about it. Like, and even he said, it's out of order and stuff. I mean, fair play to him. Even he said, they should try and sort it out and stuff. Like, it never clicked till after I walked off, and then when I commented on the video,
it's at the point now where, I mean, I put that video on TikTok, and it got something like 30,000 views, and the majority of Sunderland fans who were commenting on my videos at the moment, I would say between 65 and 70% now are wanting our owners out. They want them
really?
Aye, so it's starting to get a little bit toxic, if you like, and what's like, once that starts to happen, then there's only one outcome really. Once the fans turn on you, you've got there's no coming back.
Yeah, we've seen that with Rooney. When we were playing against Leeds away, where once they turn on you, mate, you've had it. Like,
you've gone. Like I say, once the away fans turn on you, you're on a hiding now, aren't you? It's the writing's on the wall when that sort of thing starts happening.
Well, I just hope things pick up for you, though, like in terms of the season, mate. Like, it's just a strange appointment, isn't it? Again, you know what I mean? Like us 5th, 6th, and then we got somebody else. It's strange, isn't it? Well,
that's it. Normally you get a manager coming in when the team's doing really badly, but in our situation at the time, we were like 3 points outside the playoffs, so it was a strange sacking. It was a strange sacking. But that was the main criticisms of Tony Mowbray, was his substitutions at times. And like I said, once he started criticising the board, then he was always going to get the sack. That was it. Like, and it happened at like 10 o'clock on a Monday night, which was a bit random. So it's clearly what's gone on. He's opened his mouth and they've not liked it, and he's gone. It's a really, really shame, because he's a great manager. Really great manager.
Yeah. Yeah, mate, I feel for you, man. We've been there, but didn't work out for us. But hopefully, there's some good that's come out of it now. I mean, obviously, it's bad for you, but it's good for us. It's an awkward one, isn't it? You know what I mean?
You'll see. Honestly, you'll see a total difference in Rooney to Mowbray. I'll guarantee you that. I will guarantee you that.
What kind of style does he play? Because we had this thing that was like, I mean, I'm not sure if you watched anything on the news and stuff about this now fear football, and he was like trying to play out this pressing game, like playing from the back. What kind of style does Mowbray play? Because I'm not sure if the board still want to try and convince Mowbray, or because he's not definitely set in stone. I know it's 99 points something, but is he the kind of manager to play that style, or is that the style he plays?
His style, he plays a high press. And he plays out from the back as well. He plays a high tempo as well. So that's kind of the main thing, and that's what works for us. Is that high press in the Championship kind of works really well, I find. You'll see his teams on the front foot like to get the ball wide. So that's his main style. But that like I said, the main criticism that we had is that when things aren't working, he doesn't really have a plan B to fall back on as such. So
right.
Need to hope the plan A works, and that's it. But like I say, 9 times out of 10, plan A did work. But you'll see, that the football he plays was. I mean, like I said, some of the football we played. If you'd seen last season, the goals that we scored, like Reading, the team goals that we scored went from goalkeeper.
Yeah,
that's where we started. So that's the style of play he plays out from the back, attacking football on the front foot, and likes to get the ball wide with a high press. So.
That can be interesting.
And like I say, when I seen you up here, the players you've got, I think he'd be a great fit. Like, they've got some great players. That Jordan James knowledge, another good young player that I've seen, is a great talent as well. Stansfield, who we tried to sign before he went to use, he's still there. I don't know whether Fulham are going to recall him. I don't know, but
he's still there at the minute. I think there's agreement for him to stay till the end of the season. But then, like you say, it all depends on what the clauses are, if they can recall him back. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but he's supposed to be till the end of the season. I wish he could stay because I love him. But
he's a good player. I think Bakuna is another good player you've got as well.
Yeah.
I think you've got some good players.
Donovan as well. Donovan's a good player as well as young kid.
Yeah. So I say that the fit between Tony Mowbray and the young players, you'll see a massive difference. I wouldn't, if I was in your shoes, I wouldn't have any fears about getting relegated. I really wouldn't.
Oh, cheers, Wayne. Thank you, mate. I just hope he can turn it around. I mean, I've got full faith in him and stuff. You know, like I say, I've got friends that are Albion fans. Obviously, speaking to you as well now, and getting your reassurance on it and stuff. But yeah, fan-wise, I think we need someone who can enlighten St Andrews, bring all the fans together again, you know, and make it a difficult place to come to, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and
that's what we need.
He will do that. See, 100%, he will do that for you. You'll see. Just in his opening press conferences, you'll see what kind of guy he is. He's spot on. Like I've got to say nothing but praise and no but respect for him. I wish he was still here.
Yeah. Well, Wayne, I wish you the best for the rest of the season, and I'm very, very grateful that you've done this, mate, as well. Such short notice as well. So,
yeah,
fair play to you, mate.
Thanks for inviting us on. It's great. I'll probably invite you on when we play later on in the season.
Yeah, man, definitely.
We'll do one together and we'll preview the game.
Yeah, man, definitely, mate. Yeah, man, I'll look forward to that, mate. But yeah, we'll keep in touch. Hopefully one day we'll grab a beer or something.
all the best for the rest of the season, and like I say, I hope it works out with Tony Mowbray. We'll be watching Birmingham's results with in a bit more detail now if he is in charge.
Yeah, I hope so, mate. I hope it turns around. You know, time will tell. Wayne. Cheers for this, Wayne.
Thanks very much. Cheers. Ta-da.
All the best, mate.
All the best to you.